Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Let's Make a Good Mega Man Level 2. Last week we had completed all of Tier 7, and this week we will be getting right into Tier 8. Okay, no Plautus Interruptus. We have 11 elements to get, and 26 nickels, which should be enough to get a exit, I think. Yeah, it was only one short last time. Oh. Hello, King Dedede. This part of the festival reminds me of home. Haha. Yes, the tower is a Kirby reference. Why Kirby reference? I don't know. Alright. Oh, getting into things here with 26th place by Boba555. But it lacked the depth to convince me that this is really hell. 1 element and 5 nickels. Let's get into it. Alright, this is the one where they're all front-loaded.
Jump, 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 slide.
Yeah, this might take me a little bit.
Jump, jump, jump. Jump, 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 jump. Slide, slide, jump, 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 jump.
Oh. And press forward enough.
Jump, 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 jump. Slide.
No.
Jump, 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 jump. Slide, slide, jump, 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 jump.
Oh, come on already.
Jump, 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 jump. Slide, slide, jump, 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 jump. Jump, jump. Jump, jump. Jump, slide, slide. Jump, jump. Jump, jump.
No. Okay, well, I think I just got all the nickels, so...
Jump, jump. Jump, jump. Slide, slide, jump, 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 jump. Jump, jump. Jump, jump. Jump, slide, slide. Jump, jump.
Oh. Ah, bless it.
Jump, jump. Jump, jump. Slide, slide, jump, 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 jump. Jump, jump. Jump, jump. Jump, slide.
Oh, I have to go 4 hours today.
Jump, jump. Jump, jump. Slide, slide, jump, 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 jump.
Those are getting more
Jump,
intricate,
jump.
and...
Jump, jump. Jump, slide, slide. Jump, jump. Jump, jump.
Okay, there we go. It looks like I did get all the nickels. Oh, quick. Okay. I threaded that. Or did I? I think I was just... Okay, yeah. I was fooling myself. It's like, oh, I threaded the needle. No, that's a background element. Okay.
Jump, 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 jump. Jump, jump, slide, slide. Jump, 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 jump. Jump, jump, slide.
Oh.
Jump,
Alright, here we
jump,
go again.
Jump, 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 jump. Jump, jump, slide.
Okay. I gotta lead those guys back.
Jump, 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 jump. Jump, 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 jump. Jump, jump, slide, slide. Jump, 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 jump.
Okay, that was much shorter than I thought. Hey there, Moon. Oh, sure. I'm doing all right tonight. Just trying to get through this level. What the heck? Okay, that was on me. Hey there, Silver. Good to see ya. Alright, boss gate. Whew. Alright then. Yep, and I got all 5 nickels that were at the beginning. Alright, let's see what they had to say. Snowrun Pyro. Given the level name, I think you're well aware of the problems in this level, but I'm gonna state them anyways. First off, I'm not really sure if I can judge this level completely fairly, because I used this stage for testing due to it being one of the first submitted. So I basically knew the first sled section ahead of time. But during that testing, I have vivid memories of getting dunked into pits and getting overwhelmed every 5 seconds. And that's basically the issue here. The level is very intent on overwhelming you, even at some points giving you multiple sled direction signs at the same time, giving you a bajillion enemies to dodge, having extremely fast auto-scroll, surprising you with random bombs out of pits, etc. It just ends up as trial and error, and while it is satisfying to finally pull off, it is not fun to learn. It's even more of a train wreck to get the noble nickels. It's also really bizarre because the second sled section ends up easier than the first one. Honestly, besides the sled sections, the level is okay. I really like the downwards elevator section, but there's still a bunch of surprise attacks with stuff like canipellars you can't see ahead of time. It's just not fun. I respect making the decision to make a sled level though. Choopy Hornet. That was such a fun level. It was challenging, but it was also completely doable with some practice. Especially because you place so many checkpoints. I agree with that. Checkpoints were very well spaced. Very important in a game with infinite lives. I really have to give you props. This is probably the most well-designed dev kit gimmick stage in this contest. Those sled sections were a little bit too fast at parts, though. Also, the Sparkman platform starting the boss didn't really have a use because you can hit the Mech Dragon's body instead of just its head. Angel. Somehow I get the feeling this stage was built to be annoying, and while I was a bit annoyed in some parts, I found most of the stage to be rather enjoyable. The stage overall is more a showcase of various gimmicks than anything coherent, and most of the sections are executed pretty well. Aside from the part where the screen goes dark, which has confused me more. It's caused me more frustration than I like to admit. The boss fight is one of the less hellish mech dragons I fought. Riri. The concept is great, and the level is mostly enjoyable, but it suffers so much from awful enemy choice in the board sections. And it doesn't really get better in between them, as there's often extreme precision that's needed in order to avoid getting hit. At least the level looks good and the boss is pretty fun, though it could be better. Spark. I can sum up this level's issues very quickly actually. You made the Frostman/Wily Rocket sled segments even worse somehow. Too many beefy enemies followed by jumps with too little warning. The warning signs seem a bit distinct from the challenge they're associated with. Every time you use the giant tellies, there was just one too many for a segment. They have too much health for the situations you use them in. Not even a charge shot kills them outright. And seriously, why would you include holograms in a rocket sled segment? What was that? You practically require clairvoyance to obtain the nickels in this stage, and sometimes to even survive areas. The rest of the stage simply isn't focused. The pixel-perfect jumps towards the end of the stage was also irritating. Honestly, I think had the sled segments been toned down by a few enemies, and no darkness gimmick, please, this level would be a lot more fun than it is currently. I even played through it a few times to see if I simply didn't get it, and I was still irritated by the third time through. Also, hey Durgan, yes, that appeared to be even easier than it was in the original game. Yeah, I can agree, the sled segments definitely should have been toned down. Hey, Commando Man. Why are you dilly-dallying and talking to me, Private? Now move! Hey, jeez, don't just shout at me. 25th place by Cosmic Gem. Force Man, 32.8. 37, 36, 32, 37, 22. Alright, 1 element and 5 nickels. Alright, nothing that way. Continuing on. Oh, there was a ladder there. Can I kill myself? Hang on. I'm actually gonna exit the level so I can try and get at that ladder again. I know darn sure that that's where a nickel might be. I'll be honest, I've seen Raw Mithril play this. Watched his videos like 1,000 times. But I still don't know where all the hidden stuff is. Alright, there's one. Right, now we can continue this way. No. Really? Okay. Apparently you can't hit him from that side. Oh, wow, okay. So, I got 2 nickels so far, there was the third. Okay, well I wasn't fast enough for that, but still got it. I will say I wasn't fast enough to grab it and get out. hello. That we're almost done. Oh. Okay, well surely I've hit a checkpoint by now. Okay, I have. And I think that was nickel 4. Ah! Get that one. Gosh dang it. Jumped right into that. Hi. It clipped my toe. I jumped, controller! What the heck? I was pressing jump. Okay. I have to get in close, but it's gonna be way faster. Except for right here. I don't trust my jump. Okay. So... Okay. No, not leave. Gosh. I'll play that game, I can play that game too. Like, I mean, so far, that's the only thing I don't like about this level, is how many gosh dang shield enemies there were. I wasn't set to beat that fight anyways. Ooh. Boss fight? Pretty good. Pretty good, can't deny. Alright. Right back.
Battery 60%.
Alright. I've got that stage done. Let's see what the judges thought. SnowRun Pyro. Peccato 24s are garbage and I hate them. Yes, I do too. That's basically the one issue I have with this level. There's Peccato 24s splattered everywhere, and they're like one of two enemy types in the whole level. Like, come on, man. Pick a less freaking annoying enemy to actually put in your stage. There are some clever setups with them, but they just feel like giant time wasters that kill you constantly. Which is odd given that this stage is built around quick lasers. You'd think that, you know, the level would try to be consistently fast-paced, and it's a shame too, because otherwise the level is pretty good, though I think more could have been done with its gimmicks. For a level based around quick lasers, it's pretty fair, and I like the really slow quick lasers and the timed lasers. The boss is also really good, too. I love how fast-paced it is, and the instant death attacks are very fair and well telegraphed. It's just like a level that has great ideas, but kinda gets brought down for me due to some poor enemy choices. Droopy Hornet. I didn't like the stage that much, mainly because the overuse of those red cannon enemies, which I consider some of the most annoying Mega Man enemies ever. And now you're putting them next to force beams. Fun. I did enjoy the force beams that only last a short time, though. That was very creative. The boss was really fun, and for a Robot Master with instant death attacks, it was surprisingly fair and well thought out. Good job there. Angel. This is one of those levels where, if you get really lucky, you're gonna like it a lot. I didn't get lucky and repeatedly fell victim to obstacles in the second half, which involved the red turrets. Those enemies are where a majority of my problems with the stage finds its core, to be honest. While some of their placements in the second half are pretty silly, the enemy itself is also one I would rather not see in an environment where I often don't have the time to time my shots in order to bullseye their stupidly short invulnerability window. This stage also needs indication as to which pit is bottomless, as it has a few sections where two near-identical pits are visible, yet only one will let you live. Forceman himself is not the most fun boss in the world. His erratic movement pattern and high speed are very difficult to predict, and his force beam attacks have so much telegraphing that it requires telegraphing within the telegraphing to telegraph where the telegraphing will end. In human speech, I kept jumping to avoid the beams before the telegraphing ended. Overall, this stage is constructed nicely and it has some cool ideas, and while it could do more with them, its main concern right now is the turret enemy, which has the potential to make playing the stage a complete chore. Guriri. I think the biggest problem in this level is the enemy choice, as the Picado, the shielded cannon, is hard to hit and an overabundance of it becomes annoying very quickly. Thankfully, that isn't a very serious issue. The quick lasers are well placed and with no cheap or super precise spots, with the exception of the third Noble Nickel. Ultimately, it's a fun and well-made level. A-Spark. Man. This level ends in a rather brilliant, well-designed, and very fun boss fight, but it's let down by everything else. Here's the issue. Your enemy set, your primary gimmick, and your level layout do not mix. And frankly, I think Picado 24 was a horrible choice for your primary enemy in this level. This could have been mitigated by another enemy or more enemy variety. Having only the two, especially when one of them is almost at the complete antithesis of your level's gimmick. I'm sorry, I think this was one of your biggest mistakes. One of the problems early on is the fact that the player can get stuck and are forced to kill themselves. This goes against Mega Man design, wherein gimmicks should either kill the player outright if they fail the challenge, or reset somehow. Forcing the player to kill themselves goes against every player instinct. The other issues are very much related to my first comment. The timing of your enemies and your lasers desynced, forcing the player to either wait for them to sync again or go ahead and get lucky. This really disrupts the flow of what is basically a revamped Quickman stage and disrupts the fun aspect. And then the end of the level happens. There is a segment towards the end of the level that is seriously cramped with a low ceiling. Have the shielded enemy shooting at you and lasers? This is too much. It is also awkward to time. and not helped by how easy it is to hit your head off the ceiling in that segment and fall to your doom. This segment is your absolute low point. And I'll be honest, anyone playing should really use Super Arrow in that segment. It is seriously awful. Also, I have no idea what is and isn't a pit. There are two drops almost on the same screen. One leads to a pit, and the other leads to you continuing the level. I either need some way to tell where I should go, or you should use spikes. Yeah, I mean, for a quick beam stage, force beams and all, the force beams were a good idea, but the shielded enemies that have such a tiny hitbox, or such a tiny window to hit them, not the most fun. All right. 24th place by Smeed is 2. Smeed's big annoying mess of a level. Score 33, 38, 28, 33, 30, 31. One element, one nickel. Let's go. All right. Toad Joe's. I was going for the nickel. Let's get past the Toad Joe here. Give me that. Okay, well I got the nickel so I can move on. Not entirely sure why I decided to have a all underwater section like that and then just not continue it. Like, I feel with the placement of that nickel, that was the intent. Hello, Eddie? Thanks, I guess. Komoso Man. Let's see. Your weakness was what? Grabbuster, Wheel Cutter, and Wire Adapter for some reason. Okay. I didn't hit him with the claw. You know what? It's gonna be faster if I... And you're just out of range there. All right, moving on. All right, I bought costumes last time. I haven't really gone in with Jewel Man for a while. Slush Claw. Okay. I guess I can only damage him with the Mega Buster. Big, annoying mess of a level is right, Jesus. Oh, and he was only weak to Slash Claw. Okay. Well, let's see what the judges say. Snow Red Pyro. Hey, don't be so hard on yourself. This level is pretty good. Sad face. The level is pretty simple when it comes to gameplay, but honestly it's to its benefit because it's just simple. It's just simple, well-designed enemy challenges. It sets up a group of enemies in the beginning and combines them and uses them in different environments throughout. And I think it really plays well. I'd say the only enemy that doesn't really get used is the Hammer Guy. But honestly, I don't mind that because I found the Hammer Guy pretty annoying to actually deal with. The level is also pretty funny too, with the Toadjos and the weirdo fight with Komiso Man and the actually pretty difficult Toadman fight at the end. It's just a really solidly built and designed level in general. Also, a fun thing, none of your projectiles get reflected with dual satellite. They just kind of hang out in midair. This also let me have some fun in the Toadman fight. This level wasn't big and it wasn't annoying, but it was a mess. There were a few nice enemy skins, and I loved fighting the custom Comoso Man mini-boss, but the level got progressively worse and both graphically and design-wise. It went from a normal level to a level with messy tiles, what was up with the random Skullman tile set, to flat rooms with enemies, to an all-black room with Toadman. And by the way, that Toadman fight is just brutal. Overall, judging by the name and design, I don't think this is a serious level. Angel, what a charming level. It's pretty simple, but super fun to play and throws in a horizontal Comoso to keep things interesting. Is he a frog too? There's a bit of a difficulty spike near the beginning where getting hit is easy to send the player. It's very easy to send the player falling down. But aside from that, the difficulty ramps up decently. The Toadman boss at the end is pretty intense, though I don't know why charge shots deal as much damage as the regular Buster. Feels kinda limiting, especially since all other weapons do nothing. Kiriri. It's not a horrible level, but it's not amazing either. Most of the level design isn't awful, but still has pretty poor enemy placement, generally consisting of being able to avoid them without effort, or being bombarded by... Hey Termano, good to see you here. Generally consisting of being able to avoid them without effort, or being bombarded by too many of them. For me, what really hurts the level is the main boss, who is unfair and is ultimately annoying to defeat. On the bright side, I gotta say, I liked the design of the enemies. The level looks good, and I still enjoyed the level despite what I mentioned previously. Spark. Yeah, got me. Nice trick with the rematches. The boss battles are by far and away the highlight of this level, as they really work with your expectations and throw them for a loop. The first was the stronger of the two, but they were both pretty fun to fight, and the second one did murder me a couple of times before I got the timing down. The custom assets are also pretty dandy, with your new enemies being really clever. Even though one is a reskin, you play with it enough that it feels fairly fresh. And the other new enemy is hilarious. Where this stage falters is it's basically just enemies and a boss or two and nothing else. You really needed gimmicks here, and the lack of them hurt your level. One of the other problems I had was with the clash of tile sets. I don't get it at all. I suspect this may be a reference to something else, but I can't confirm whilst reviewing since I don't know your name yet. Even so, said reference will fly over most people's heads. Aesthetically, you probably should have just stuck to the initial tile set, which looked nice. Yeah. And that Toadman boss fight was just brutal. Alright, 23rd place by Thoron. Conveyor Mayhem. Yep. Score 33.6. 41, 34, 29, 30, 34. 2 elements and 5 nickels. Okay. What is this? I think I remember this one. Transmission from Dr. Light. Dorothy, I've detected 2 Robot Master signatures from this robotics factory. If you can defeat them, we'll be able to shut down this place and cripple Dr. Wily's current schemes of world domination. Be warned, this place is full of conveyor belts. You need to make your way through this base at least twice in order to reach both masters. I've also attached an experimental modification to your body armor. which reduces the damage you take from Spice by about 75%. Unfortunately, it's rather unstable, so it will only last for the duration of this mission. It also won't protect you from the various pits or molten metal. Unfortunately, Rush was also damaged during Wily's last onslaught, so you need to rely on other utilities, like the wire adapter. For that matter, why aren't you using the wire adapter more? Gut sliders. That's gonna be one reason why this level's annoying. Ow. Directions: down, mini-boss, right, detour. P.S. Did you find the alternate route? I have not. Okay, let me see if I can't get that. Well, that was kind of half defeated. Okay. Big Palm Man. Makoto Sakugani Water Depth at last. I've been expecting you, Dorothy. Since my last defeat, Dr. Wily has been implementing some modifications to improve my combat abilities. I wasn't in commission when you decided to wreck my new base of operations, so prepare to meet your end here and now, Dorothy. Alright, Tyranno, see you later. Okay, so we need another 4 nickels and the other element. Bye bye. Yeah, I think we're definitely going to be going at least 4 hours. Stupid rat. No. Ah. Getting annoyed. Hmm. No. Oh, bless it. Well, there's 1 nickel. I just have to remember that those are there and to... Come on. Wait. Left. Okay. Oh, Crusher Joe. I think you're weak to Flash Claw, yeah. Just gotta get him high. I've come this far. I ain't backing down now. Alright, well, that's 2 elements and 2 nickels. Now I just need to go find the other 3, which I think I know where they are. Or where they might be. Oh. Okay, well, I'm at the checkpoint, so... Alright, here we go. This way. Okay, there's one. Okay, so I couldn't have come back out that way if I wanted to. Let me. I think I've reached a checkpoint here, so. Okay, close enough. So. I don't think I can. I think I have to go around the other way. So. Ooh. Oh, what? What was that? Okay, that was good sinking. Okay. To believe. I gotta get to that other side there, so... Write this down more. Take this up. Controller, work with me. No! That was... Controller, come on, work with me. Okay, so there's 4. Now... I think I need to go along the other path for the last one. Because there's the fight. think. Yeah, still missing one. How and why do I keep missing that fucking ladder? That's why I think my afternoon coffee's wearing off. Really? Really? There's that one there. And came this way. I believe we need to go on. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Oh, that's just a bolt up there. Okay. This way. Ah! Swear, I don't know why I always overcorrect. Okay, last nickel. Oh, man. Alright. Let's see what Joseph have to say about this. Right after a quick drink. Snowrun Pyro. This is a really cool level. I love how the enemy gimmicks are like modifications of existing ancient assets. Moving ladders on rails instead of moving platforms on rails, guts lifts that only activate when you touch them, a bunch of fire-themed variations of enemies, sideways crushers, it's all really cool and I love it. I love the open rooms, they feel like a lot of fun to get through, though they do sometimes have lag issues and the scrolling is a teensy bit janky. The level has a bunch of alternate paths and stuff, and I like it a lot, because it allows to expand on each of its gimmicks, but not have any one playthrough of the level be terribly long. I wouldn't call any gimmick in this level underused. They're all introduced, used in more difficult situations, and combined for a very interesting experience. I really like how the sideways crushers and the moving ladders were combined. Honestly, I really like the moving ladders in general. They're used really well, and the super fast ones are hilarious. The modifications of existing stuff theme also carries into the mini-bosses, with a fire Megatelli and a really dumb-looking, in a good way, giant caterpillar with a crusher and spell cannon on top. Both of them are pretty fun, though I think it's too easy for the Megatelli to corner you, and I think the crusher shooting out for the other mini-boss could use more telegraphing. The Napalm Man fight is cool and a funny reference to Magmamma 1, though I'm not a huge fan of the other boss, mostly because he and his shield up in the front, and there's a small hitbox you can actually hit with him. And I don't think his attacks are as well telegraphed, so it takes some trial and error to actually get the boss down. But overall, this level is super fun, and I just really love how it plays. GP Hornet. This level was huge with 3 possible routes, and it took about 40 minutes to fully beat. It was so much fun at first. I really like the custom assets you used, especially the moving ladders. However, some of them seem to have no real use besides being an annoyance. Spike Cannon. The cannon mini-boss is completely skippable, not sure if that's intentional or not. The Crusher Joe battle was pretty hectic, and towards the end he started to move way too fast. The upgraded Napalm Man was pretty cool. Also, the Noble Nickels are insanely hard to get. You really went all out with the moving ladders. Crying emoticon. Angel. A very open level. It's so open I even got lost a few times. I like how this level spreads out into different paths, each leading to a reward or a goal. The execution on this, however, I have to question. As a result of the abundance of paths, there are some nickels that aren't really worth the effort. I'm a big fan of the flavor text on the bosses, especially the text that happens when the player dies. I encountered some glitches in this level, too, unfortunately. A pit of lava led me into nothingness and a skippable mini-boss. The more straightforward sections of the level I found really fun to play though, but the more open sections were often really stressful and finicky when trying to platform around spikes and lava. Guriri. The biggest problem with this stage is the mediocre level design. Most of it is filled with enemies that are very hard to avoid and require precise timing or patience. Also, there are many cases where you have to make extremely precise jumps from platform to platform. Additionally, this level has minor bugs and oversights. Putting that aside, I still mostly had fun with this level, and I really liked the ideas used in the stage. A-Spark. Your most lacking quality was the aesthetics. This stage was ugly. There were several graphical glitches. This combination led to you losing score in both aesthetics and are also docking your functionality score, because it's clear these are custom assets programming issues. Some of these were fixed post-judging. And the resized graphics were, quite frankly, hideous. But to be fair, this is not an art competition. The other issue is that the sheer number of routes does lead itself to not every path being given quality attention. Probably not any of this bigger, just let it go. Some are better than others, and Guts platform/ladder combos leads itself to potentially desync issues and making certain areas more awkward than others. The stage feels like it's held together with duct tape, and it's easily possible to glitch through your main gimmick. You missed a few pits too, causing me to reset. As a result, so many issues. You threw away your entire aesthetic and functionality score. Pit issue fixed post-judging. With the critique aside, the level itself was pretty damn awesome. You used the pre-existing graphical assets in creative ways, and graphics aside, the new gimmicks worked brilliantly. Fun times were had. I particularly like how simple but effective the moving ladder is. The bosses had a few niggles here and there. Crusher Joe needed more of a tell for his main attack. I like the second attack though. The propeller boss was pretty awkward to fight and glitched out on me, so he was skippable. I'm not sure this was your fault though. I really liked Big Tilly though. The main robot master was pretty good though. Just align your sprites properly in the future. As an aside, props for putting health bars on the mini-bosses. All in all, I consider this a win. Yeah, it's a big level, and I'm not a fan of the super fast ladders, but it was overall pretty fun. Hey, Ringman. This tower is really impressive, although one has to wonder what's actually inside it. There it is. Motion Sickness Man. The level next to me had to be disqualified due to one judge, A-Spark, getting severe motion sickness from playing it. It's not the only reported case either, so if you have a history of motion sickness problems, please shoot the switch to turn off the intense bouncing. Okay, yeah, I'm going to give you guys out there a warning too. If you are motion sickness, feel free to skip ahead, but if you want to try it, here we go. Disqualified, only because Aespark couldn't judge it. B28, Bouncy Castle. Score, 34. 40, 28, 34, 33, and no score. Score divided by 4. Motion sickness warning. 1 element and 2 nickels. As you can already see. Honestly. Oh, good thing I was in somewhat of an invincible state. Thank you. Mega Man Volnet. Whee! I don't know what's making the world bounce up and down so much, but standing here writing it out is so much fun. Okay, nothing up that way. Okay, finally my bounce is lined up. Okay, somehow. Okay. Hi. Okay. Ah. Okay, well, I only found one nickel. Oh, okay. So I need to go back in. I only found one nickel. There it is. Okay. Getting out of here, not coming back. And let's see what the judges had to say on this one, even though it didn't even place. But this is where it would have placed had a Spark been able to make it through. Snowrun Pyro. Oh my god, this level is the most unfocused thing in the universe, and I love it for that. It just takes its gimmick and runs with it. There's like half the enemies in the game used, and they're just bouncing up and down everywhere, and it's the dumbest thing ever. My experience with playing this level was basically just, oh my god, it's this enemy. Oh no, how is it gonna use this? It just keeps you on your toes. It's just so great. I do have some issues with the design though, namely the first section and the boss. The first section is by far the weakest part of the level, mostly because the Sniper Joe setup, which just takes a literal eternity to get through, and it's really difficult to actually take care of. The level really picks up after it though, because it just runs with the gimmick. There's alternate paths and a ton of stuff, and even with how wacky the level gets, with its theme jumping all over the place, and it using like half the div kit enemies, it still manages to create coherent gameplay with it. Mostly because the rooms themselves have specific ideas, and it isn't just a free-for-all for the whole level. Fave is definitely the Nightman room. It's just ridiculously fun to just have so much bouncing. Boss, though, I'm not a huge fan of. The raining bomb attack is fine, but the shield attack seems very inconsistent to actually dodge because you can't guarantee that the attack and the bouncy castle gimmick will line up with its timing. The good definitely outweighs the bad, though. It's a really fun level. GP Hornet, I'm sorry, but I don't think this gimmick was thought through enough. The bounciness often sends you flying straight into enemy attacks and vice versa. There also didn't seem to be a pattern between the times of bounciness, making it even harder to get around. It felt like the stage was made normally and then the bounce effect was added later. Angel. Unfortunately, most of the enjoyment in this level got quickly overshadowed by the unpredictable nature of the bouncy castle, which lies both at the core of the level, but is also what makes it hard for me to enjoy the level to its fullest. While I love the bouncing effects and really like the setups you provide that are built around this mechanic, such as in the opening room or in the fan area of the castle section, big chunks of the level didn't seem to be particularly built around the mechanic. Aside from that, if I were able to predict the timing and height of my jumps even more accurately, planning around the enemy's bounces would have been a lot easier and more consistent, making the level overall fairer and more strategically oriented. All of this needs a bit more telegraphing as to when a bounce happens. Taking away the initial bounce effects and having it purely visual might be enough. As it stands, though, while I like the concept of the level, had some silly fun by just bouncing all over the place, my method for actually advancing in this level is staying away from the ground as much as possible and otherwise playing the level like any other. Guriri. Although the idea behind the level is really interesting, it ironically ruins it for me. There's generally little wrong with the level itself. It looks pretty, the level design is fair, it's fun overall, but having Mega Man constantly bounce around makes it hard to make jumps over pits or hit enemies, and shortly after, you find yourself tired from all of this. Honestly, I feel like removing the main gimmick altogether would just improve the level overall. And what Acebark was able to judge. This level made me physically ill about a minute into it, therefore I am unable to give a fair review as I am unable to play it. It was a very clever idea, but somehow in execution it's unbearable. You have too much motion going on, I think is the problem. And vertical motion is not something certain people suffering with motion sickness can deal with. I'm kind of glad we caught this early. We don't want to make the player base unwell. Yeah. Alright. Next up, 22nd place by Spoony Barb OL. Aurora Man. 34.0, 39, 33, 35, 40, 23. One element, one nickel. Let's go. Well, that goes not perfect. saw the cardboard box that was falling. Actually, I remember. Can easily take down those guys. Boss corridor, no boss. Disappointment. Okay, so I did call that right. Alright, let's see what the judges say. Snowrun Pyro. Really nice level. The level has a good difficulty curve, and there's some very interesting and surprisingly difficult setups dealing with the Shadow Man platforms. I love how they were used in tandem with the Crystal Joes. They present nice rhythmy challenges. I think the one issue I really have with the level is the two rooms where you drop down onto Shadow Man platforms. I didn't get killed by the rooms, but I feel like I got lucky. It seems very easy for a player to be dropped into spikes if they're not positioned exactly right, and it requires very quick reaction time to react to the fact that you're falling into spikes, as well as immediately jumping off the Shadow Man platforms. Other than that, the level is pretty good, and I love the aesthetics. Very solid level overall. GP Hornet. This level was meh. The graphics were nice. Aurora effect could use some work though, but there were some design flaws. A few sections dropped you into a room on top of platforms that open up underneath you while having to dodge enemy attacks. There really wasn't enough time to react without using Flash Stopper. The rest of the level was pretty uneventful, although there were some nice platforming challenges with the red platforms. Angel. Pretty nice and simple level. It does a fairly good job at introducing all of its elements and looks really nice. I feel like the enemy placement in this stage occasionally gets rather wacky, with areas near the middle of the level being more challenging than setups towards the end. But the challenges themselves are nice and fun to play though. I feel like the level was in its design somewhat limited by the city theme, and that shaping the surrounding area based on the design would have allowed for some more creative segments overall. Still, fun level. Gariri. Absolutely fantastic stage. The level design is rock solid, and it was ultimately a very enjoyable experience. Not to mention, the visuals look absolutely marvelous. I would have liked if the level had a boss like the title suggests, but that's certainly no big deal. Especially when we have a stage as good as this. And a spark. Another boss corridor, another lack of Robot Master, or any sort of climax at all. This was disappointing, especially with the level name. You really needed a boss. The main issue with this level is, it looked great, it sounded great, and that was it. There was so little interesting going on that it is overall quite forgettable. The fact that only one gimmick was used is also a real blow to the stage. There wasn't much creativity here. Needed a comma there. There's a lot there in the dev kit. Use it! The only real highlight of the stage was the Noble Nickel, but one creative spot does not a creative stage make. The enemy selection was overall the place with little cohesion, as if they were chosen at random at times. Very forgettable, not that fun, so I'm not terribly impressed, sorry. But still, the level wasn't bad, so just not terribly interesting. I don't know, I like it overall, and I think this is a level it could learn to come back to in my perfect run. Continuing on. Let's see. 3 more. Snake Man. Running around in circles sure is fun. Quick Man was too quick. See what happens. Whatever. 21st place by Gone Souvenir. City Under Siege. Score 34.6. 36, 36, 27, 38, 36. 1 element and 2 nickels. Let's get into it. Dr. Wily. Attention citizens of New Harbor. This is the brilliant scientist and soon-to-be ruler of the world, Dr. Albert Wily. My robots and I currently have the city under siege. All highways connecting to the city have been destroyed. Make no attempt to escape, if you value your life. Mr. Mayor, you have 48 hours to surrender the city to me, or else I will command my robot army to slaughter all humans until you change your mind. And if that blue brat Mega Man is watching this, good luck getting past my robot minions. If you do survive, my fortress is located at 721 5th Avenue. There's an old friend waiting to see you. Ha 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 ha. Alright, well there goes the perfect run status. Thank you, Eddie. Alright. Okay. Oh. Trying to shoot you in the foot. Well then. Oh. All right. Got the element and the nickels. Let's see what the judges say. Snowrun Pyro. Okay, what the heck? You somehow took City War and Sunset Siege and combined them and made a pretty good level out of them? Excuse me. Seriously, this level is really good. I like the whole setup of the level, and the intro part is pretty impressive with the setups like Sparkman, platforms, plus gachapons. I think it plays really well. Also, woo, slopes. Then there's a frickin' MMA rush jet part. even though it's not like the most creative use of it ever, it's still really fun. And I like that a lot. And I like that a lot too. Then you have a City War section, which I really like too. I really love your usage of new shotmans here and then them above ground. Also, I totally got fooled by that camouflage metal that phase. Most of this level, I just really love how it plays and I find it super fun. I think there are two things that bring it down for me though. I don't like the uses of Sniper Joes here. They just seem to be placed to waste your time. And also, it seems that for this level only, their weakness of Slash Claw was drastically toned down for some ungodly reason. Also, the Mecha Dragon fight. The Mecha Dragon just really isn't that fun to fight in general. Also, it's really easy to get instantly dropped into a pit when entering the boss room, because there's no way to tell where the platforms are going to be. So, first time I got there, I veered to the left for whatever reason and got dumped into a pit. But it's just two flaws in an otherwise pretty good level. Great job here. GP Hornet. I was expecting a City War sequel when I saw this level's name, and that's kind of what I got. I like the City War. It's like City War, but with better graphics and without all the holes. Seriously, the graphics in this level are great. I really liked some parts. I like the Rush Jet section. However, this level has a pretty ridiculous difficulty spike towards the end. Literally, you spam spikes in that vertical section, and that Mecha Dragon boss really ruined the level. Mecha Dragon on conveyor belts just isn't fun. Angel. This level's city area is very beautiful. I really like how it looked, very authentic. However, it doesn't really feel good to play. I get the feeling the level's design was influenced by its aesthetic, which ended up making it rather dull, having to rely on a quantity of hazards in order to ramp up the challenge, rather than a clever combination of them and mutation of setups. There could have been more done with the illusion blocks, which I found to be an interesting gimmick that got introduced but ultimately went largely unused until the end of the stage. The boss is not a lot of fun to play, since standing on either of the left platforms sees the player tumbling to their death as soon as they get hit. The shmup segment, shoot 'em up, would have been a lot better if you didn't let the player face left too. Yuriri. Very good level. The level design is creative and solid, and there's no cheap spots, with the only problem maybe being the large amount of Sniper Joes. I also like the mini-plot and how the level looks, although the latter could be a bit better. While the Rush Jet section is quite annoying for me, the biggest experience ruiner is the boss and how hard it is to not fall off the moving platforms. Besides that, it remains a very enjoyable level. A-Spark. Oh no, war has returned to the city, but at least this time workmen have patched all the holes. I mean, there might have been some lawsuits involving that. No. Pleasant enough stage, really. It's clear a fair old whack of effort was taken to make this place look like an actual city, even if the tile set doesn't really suit Mega Man at all. The stage didn't do much in the way of anything original, but I have to admit the concrete man blocks were pretty well handled, and you actually had me going, huh, neat, every so often. I also loved how these were introduced. Probably better than how Capcom themselves introduced the gimmick, if I'm honest. The Sparkman platforms got some good usage here, and you slowly increase their difficulty in logical ways. Cool. The Rush Jet segment was a little weird. The lack of obstacles in that area just enemies made it a little dull. Things the player is required to outright dodge rather than shoot. Could have made this more interesting. Not bad though. Enemy selection worked. The stage was mostly a nice placement, nice pleasant stroll, and nothing of note stands out. This might just be the level's issue. Generic and just sort of there. But it is a nice sort of there after all. Also, hi Durgan. He managed to be the hardest portion of the stage, mainly due to how easy it is to be knocked into a pit by his fireballs. Stage was fine overall, definitely can see the effort that went into it though. Yeah, that Mega Dragon fight was just not fun with moving platforms. Quick Man. Phew, I may look fast, but Snake Man is actually many laps ahead of me. And Hard Man. Most people are scared of heights, but I can handle it. After all, I'm a man of steel. Literally. And 20th place. By Dr. Novocaine. Escape sequence. 35. 30, 33, 40, 40, 32. 1 element and 5 nickels. This may take me a while. Warning, self-destruct sequence activated. Teleport requirement. 1 energy element. Yeah, basically, for the entire stage, we have infinite ammo, and our speed is doubled. Or tripled, even, maybe. This may... It's also a long level too, if I remember right. Oh, gosh dang it. You know, excuse me. Come on, I cleared that. The very outside of my hitbox must have hit the spike hitbox. Ah, come on! be going over 3 hours today. Come on, seriously. No! Come on, I'm clearing the spikes. Not even to the first checkpoint yet. Ah, come. God dang it. No! God. Can I get this? Ah! Come on! Aren't even like to the hardest parts of the stage yet. Okay, well, I should have reached a checkpoint, and I've gotten the nickel. Okay. pity myself for a later level, because what the heck? Oh. Oh. Gosh, dang it all. Again! I did not go that high. Finally. Seriously? I got it. Okay. Ah, come on. Programming, man, I swear. Oh, come on, I cleared that spike! Seriously? God, I just have another ad break. I thought it was supposed to tell me. I was going for the nickel and I accidentally hit my shoulder. Oh, come on. Oh, come on! Seriously? No! How did I hit my shoulder button? I hate these hitboxes. Oh, come on. I would have cleared that spike. Are you kidding me? No. Fuck. This is gonna be annoying. And catching up to that platform, that's going to be okay. They tell me the checkpoint is right there. Okay, good. I got the nickel. That's good enough. Whew. Okay, and I... Okay. Fuck. Please tell me I got all the nickels. Okay, yes, good. I got all the nickels. Oh, thank God I only have one more level and the tier boss to get through. Okay, here's what the judges thought. SnowRun Pyro. Oof. There are parts of this level that I legit love. The Jewel Satellite section, the final escape sequence with the hyperfast quick lasers. But there are two sections in particular which really kill the level for me. The Rush Jet section is the main issue for me. It's like a bajillion times slower than the rest of the level, and is also incredibly obnoxious with its enemy and block placement. So not only does it brutally murder the pacing, but it'll also kill you a ton of times and keep sending you back. And you just get super annoyed. Can confirm. Other section is the Super Arrow Wire section. It's extremely frustrating due to the huge amount of spikes everywhere that will just constantly killing you and sending you back. Really, the instant death is the issue here, because the rest of the level, specifically the last stretch, which I really love, is incredibly fast-paced and encourages you to use special weapons, so you basically are blasting through the fortress and clearing through everything and trying to get through as fast as you can, and having a heck ton of fun. And having a really fun time. Seriously. And then in the middle, you get these dumb utility sections with the instant death everywhere that absolutely kill the pacing. It's just frustrating. And sad to see an otherwise really good level get ruined by just one part. Ugh. Droopy Hornet. This was pretty crazy. Or at least about half of it was. This was a very inconsistent level in terms of design. Some parts were really fast and fun. Those Jewel Satellite slide sections were the most satisfying thing ever, but the prop tops could hit you through the shield and knock you into the pit. But some others were too slow-paced and annoying. Rush Jet section was very hard unless you knew to hold the left key to slow yourself down. The Sakugarne section was pretty weird because you could actually jump on the explosions, which seemed like an oversight. The ending part where you had to hold certain directions was pretty well done. Good job overall. Good job there. Overall, this level was a super neat idea, but the design kind of fell flat. Angel. Man, what a neat idea. I love the increased movement speed and the intense atmosphere in this level. It really gets me to move fast and act quickly. In sections where the level allowed me to do so. I wish that was every section of this level, but it's not, which is a shame. I found the jet and arrow sections to be kind of disconnected from the rest of the level, being very slow-paced unlike any of the other sections, which the player can breeze through and tank whenever they feel like. I love the other sections. The Sakugarne section is loads of fun. The conveyor walk across spikes is risky, but feels great to pull off. The Jewel Satellite section has entire screens dedicated to catharsis between action and the ending segment is an amazing conclusion. It's just The other segments are kind of halting my enjoyment with the level, due to their slow speed. I also find it unfortunate how the frame rate suffers from everything happening in this level, and how the red acid drops are barely visible against the red background. Overall, really fun for the most part, super cool idea. Yuriri. It's a really chaotic level, but in a good way. I really liked blazing through it at an intense speed with unlimited weapon usage, and I really liked the weapon-specific parts of the level, with the exception of the Rush Jet and Sakugarne sections. Deeper agree. I also didn't really like the part near the end before the quick lasers where you just run without doing anything, but aside from that, it's a really fun level with interesting ideas behind it. A-Spark. Do I hate this level? Do I love this level? I have no idea. This level I can only compare to Marmite. You'll either love it or hate it. I cannot think of any better comparison. The fact that every weapon has infinite ammo sets up what this stage is going to do from the start, and then uses the fact you have infinite ammo to do some really insane stuff. This level is really creative. There's the double move speed concept. It's a clever enough gimmick, but pretty weird to actually play. Some of the execution in spots is baffling though. The enemy set is just whatever you felt like slapping in, it seems. Sometimes you are left wondering what the hell the enemy is doing in the spot that it's in. Some are pretty annoyingly placed though. And this applies to pretty much every Hammer Joe, Crystal Joe, and that single solitary Tanuki enemy. I think I saw that, I'm not sure. Your biggest issue is far too much overcrowding, particularly the areas where you are forced to use utilities. Enemies in these segments are usually placed in such a way that it's too easy to mess up a shot or two. Usually enough to throw off your rhythm and cause you to go into a pit or spike. The main offender was the Rush Jet segment. I'm sorry, even when you're used to it, it's frustrating. If only because there are enemies that become unavoidable. Either choose enemies or destructible blocks, not both. Your wheel cutter base Noble Nickel was irritating. This would have been fine had the walls used for accent not also been spikes. Making a player lightly tap left or right to dodge incoming spikes is awkward. This was a very clever level, let's leave it at that, but there's severe frustration spikes every so often that litter the stage. If these had been evened out, this would probably be one of the top tier levels in my eyes. Anything not mentioned should be considered a positive. There is one highlight really worth mentioning: good force beam usage. Yeah, honestly, overall, my only two complaints are the enemies in the Super Arrow section and the Sakugarne section at certain spots. But everything else, the Rush Jet section really wasn't that bad in my eyes. It just, as it needed a little polishing, and I was fine with the enemies and the blocks because, like I said, you saw me, I was just spam. And as far as the Noble Nickel that needed wheel cutter, having seen it done by somebody else, I don't think they were intending you to do one continuous ride up the wall going back and forth. I think you were supposed to do what I was doing, which was going up a little bit, letting go, turning, then starting another wheel cutter. You had infinite weapon usage after all. You didn't have to spare it. Comet Woman. Better be careful, Dorothy. We wouldn't want you slipping and falling off now, would we? No, we wouldn't. And I love your design. "19th place by the Skipper 1995. Bondman. 35.8. 43, 34, 44, 24, 34. 1 energy element, and no nickels. Let's go. I should just be able to blaze through this one, no problem. Not by doing that, though. Did another ad break pop up? Whatever. Let's see. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Oh, I should have sent my bees after that. Let's see if I can grab Buster. Ah. I know his AI. It's basic AI. Come on, man, seriously. I wasted an E-tank on you. What is your weakness? And don't tell me fucking triple Fuck you. Okay. Snow Run Pyro. While it's not the most flashy of stages, it's an incredibly well-designed one. There is a very clear difficulty curve, and the setups are well thought out, and the glue became surprisingly threatening late in the stage. This is pretty neat because early in the stage I thought it wouldn't be an issue because I could just slide through it. But your use of glue on one-tile platforms was a clever way of preventing just sliding through the glue and ignoring the level's gimmick. Everything is very nicely designed, and it feels like a legit Mega Man stage. I really like the Glue Devil enemies as well. They're a neat twist on the devils from Mega Man 9. I'd say the one part of the level I didn't really like that much was the fight with Bon Man himself. After getting hit once or twice by the actual glue shots, I realized that he was basically just a glorified Crash Man. If you wanted a simple boss fight, you accomplished it, but I feel like with the whole concept of glue and the boss, the boss could have been more interesting than Crash Man, but he shoots freezing shots. The level itself, though, is very well done, and it's a fun level overall. GP Hornet. Alright level, although it got really stressful towards the end with all the spikes. The white enemies were well placed, but I would have liked them more if they were fully destroyable with the Buster. Bon Man himself was my main issue with the level. His attacks are easy enough to dodge my ass. But if you get hit by them, well, it's actually possible for him to combo you to death really quickly, because he does a lot of damage and freezes you at the same time. As far as I can tell, there's no way to get out of being frozen until it wears off, or Bon Man hits you. The level itself is nice, but the boss kind of ruined it for me. Sorry. Angel. This stage manages to stay interesting and fun with just very few elements introduced throughout the level. It does a very good job at mixing up its elements to ramp up the difficulty. Seriously, right, better. To either ramp the difficulty up or ramp up the difficulty until the boss encounter. Grammar people, use it. Also uses the level's main gimmick. The platforming in this level was exciting, and I like the occasional time-based puzzle about when to shoot the petite devils. The level got slightly repetitive when doing one-tile jumps, and I wish it had a few more optional challenges for extra rewards. But overall, it's a great stage that does a good job at utilizing all of its mechanics consistently. Guriri. I don't think there's anything interesting here whatsoever. As a level, it's okay, I guess. It's nothing too bad, but it's not interesting either. The whole level appears to use just one gimmick, and it's not very interesting. Also, the graphics look boring. I don't know, there's just nothing going on here for me to like this level. Hey Spark, so you decided to bring an old unused Robot Master out of retirement. Was this worth the effort? You know what? I'd say yes. You aped the style of Mega Man 1 stages without resorting to the worst aspects of that game. You put some honest to goodness creativity into repurposed DevKit assets. The level is a little on the generic side visually, and the gimmicks are limited, but you make good use of what you've got. And there's some pretty nifty segments every so often. Enough to keep the player interested with your limited set. You kept the focus where it matters, and whilst the place didn't look like a glue factory, it felt like one. There is a really big highlight to your stage, I have to mention. I love the Glue Devils. They're a very awesome concept, and are the best of the new assets in the stage, and usually positioned exactly in the right spots to get in the player's way without being dickish. There's also a room with 3 glue drips positioned over tiny platforms, which was a great way to use this gimmick. even if the method of getting through the room unscathed requires a little outside-of-the-box thinking. But it's little pieces like that which help stages. The Robot Master was basically a repurposed dev kit boss, but I appreciate the effort here. Even if he was particularly easy, I don't think so. I think maybe the characters should have been given an additional attack of some description. I'm glad he's all around the same, because levels lacking their signature Robot Master are a disappointment. Some good new ideas here, elevated out of the range of the truly average stages. Okay, I have my opinions on this. The stage itself was fine. It felt like a classic Mega Man stage. Yeah, the aesthetic overall was okay. I mean, it felt like Mega Man 1 without being as dickish as Mega Man 1 could be. But the boss, I feel like the boss could have been designed a little differently. Yes, it's a reskin Crash Man, but you should have played into that. Instead of immediately coating the floor with the glue gimmick, make it so that if he misses you with his glue shot, it sticks on the floor for a little bit, and you have to dodge around that as well as his shot. That would have had difficulty to the fight without it being too challenging. But as it is, trying to dodge him as when because he basically jumps around you as soon as you shoot him. He's Crash Man. He jumps when you shoot, so he avoids your shot, so you have to jump ahead of time, so he jumps into your shot. Kind of hard to do and dodge at the same time when you're trudging about. Just my opinion. Alright. Tier 8 boss. I don't want to climb all the way back up here. I was gonna go change into Mega Man. Okay. Wait, have we met before? Nope. This is Chipman from the game Rocco-chan. And I believe Rocco-chan is actually a fan game. Alright, and with that, Tier 8 is finished. And we'll actually... Okay, no Plotus Interruptus. Actually, no, I don't think... We're not going to get interrupted anymore until Endgame, because we've already seen Wily appear last time. But we got a new costume from the one stage. Oh, we got the Cut Man costume, which is hard to explain. I didn't even know we had this one in stock. Yikes. If I remember right, this is from a webcomic called Man's Bad Scissors Day. So I'm not going to wear this one because I honestly think it's kind of ugly. I'm gonna play next time as Proto Man. Alright, so with that, I'll run to the shop real quick and stock back up on E-Tanks. Oh. One other thing. I almost forgot to go to Nightman and get my next reward. Ah, I can feel that you have at least 80 nickels. This reward is very valuable. Take the Energy Saver. Alright. The Energy Saver. Now all costs of special weapons have been halved. Tap the Reg A to disable it. What's my next goal? Oh. Ah, I feel you have at least 100 nickels. You remember when I gave you all those costumes? I have something a bit more special now. I'll contact the shop about special costumes. Yep. What's our next goal? I need 120. 15 away, which I think I should be getting at the next tier. Let me see. Yeah, after I finish the next tier, I'll have probably enough for the next 2. So. Oh. Not what I. Actually, here's a good place to stop because, you know. So. Glad I got that done within 3 hours. This is where I'm gonna call it for tonight. I wanna thank y'all for coming. We will be continuing this next Sunday when we start tier 9, and I will actually be starting at 7 p.m. Central Time next Sunday because tier 9 has a level that is really long. So I need a little extra time to get it all in one episode, because who knows, the level itself might take me an hour, because it's just really long. It has a skip teleporter, I'll say that in advance, but it only has a skip teleporter due to length. But yeah, starting next Sunday we'll be starting at 7, and next Saturday we will be continuing with Batman Arkham Asylum, hitting the final boss, and starting collection of the Riddler trophies. For now, like I said, thank y'all for coming. See y'all next week, and I hope all of you have a good week. Hang in there. Stay strong. We'll get through this together.